Welcome to In Pursuit 360. And today we're going to answer another subscriber's question. He asked, he's a truck driver, and he said he's had a lot of jobs. Had a lot of jobs. Is that really going to affect me in applying for a law enforcement agency? Well, let's talk about that. All right, welcome back, In Pursuit 360, and here we go. Do me a favor, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribe button, thumbs up, thumbs down if you have to. Just tell me why. Let me to help you, right? And then that bell notification tell you when the next video is coming out. All right, so one of the questions that I got asked here recently is, hey, I've had a lot of jobs here recently, kind of bounced around some. Is that going to affect me being able to become a police officer? The answer to that question is going to be, it depends. It kind of depends. Why? Why are you going job to job? Are you going job to job trying to improve yourself? Are you going job to job because the pay is better? Are you going job to job because you're getting fired, or you're getting in trouble and you're quitting before you get fired, right? So why are you doing what you're doing? What is your pattern? How is that working out for you? You have to be able to answer that, and you need to really be able to think about it and answer it honestly to yourself. So why are you going job to job? A lot of times it's who knows? It could be a lot of things, right? You're chasing the dollar. That happens a lot. In my case, I've actually had 3 or 4 different jobs in the last 3 or 4 different years. One, because the first one I changed jobs after working at one for several years because I wanted to get out of what I was doing and get back into training. I love training. It's what I do. It's what I love. As you can tell, that's kind of what these videos are, right? There's training. I love training. So I wanted to get back into training. So I get back into training. Well, then a year later, the company gets bought out. I stay with them, but I end up changing my job. So I went from a regional training manager to a government contracts training manager, right? And it was a different company name. So I had somebody ask me about that, like, well, why did you change? Well, then I went there for a year and I had to live away from home and my family. So I was looking for a job that would get me back to where my family is. And I ended up taking another job as a training manager, but it moved me back to where I could move back home in the same town with my family. And I changed jobs again with a different company. And they asked, well, why do you keep moving? Well, one, I wanted to get back into the field I wanted to work in. Then the company got bought out, so I had to take this. So I really didn't quit. The company changed. And then after that, I had to move away to take that job. So I wanted to get back with my family, and that's why I did it. So I never got disciplined. I was never threatened to be fired. I never, any of that stuff. I did it for my own personal reasons, not in the fact that I wanted to change jobs a lot. It just so happens that those were the circumstances that were placed in front of me. So what are your reasons for going from job to job to job? It could be chasing the money, right? Hey, I was doing this job at this moment and it paid $12 an hour. I was kind of making ends meet, but then I was starting to look at having to get a part-time job. Well, then I found this other one where they were going to pay me $14 an hour. It was a different work experience, and I like gathering different work experience, and the pay was better, so I took that. Then the next thing you know, I found out that the company wasn't really very stable, and so then I just so happened to find another job that was making $17 an hour, so I went ahead and took that job. You know what I'm saying? So there can be a lot of reasons why. What they're really looking for, the thing that may end up causing you trouble is, well, I got in trouble. They said I was sleeping on the job, and so they wrote me up, and so I went ahead and quit and went and got another job. So that's quitting in case, just to prevent you from being fired, right? And then on the next job, I did this and this, and they wrote me up, and so I thought they were being really unfair, and so I left there, and I went and got another job. So there you go, you're quitting again. In other words, possibly looking at being fired, right? And are things unfair? Can there be bad companies out there? Yes, and that's what you need to say. Due to circumstances, I felt like, management really didn't care about their employees. I'm big in teamwork and stuff like that. They didn't seem to care. They were only worried in profit. So I left that job and went and got another one with something that seemed to or appeared to have a better team dynamic. So you can go with something like that. So yeah, so a lot of jobs, no, it's not necessarily going to directly affect you, but be aware of why you're changing jobs and how you answer that question. Because they will ask, well, why have you had 4 different jobs in 2.5 years? Be honest. Tell them the truth. And if you have been in trouble and you got other things that are going on, tell them why. I mean, maybe you got some personal stuff going on at home that you don't, at that time that was going on that caused you to make, you were late all the time. Well, maybe you had some personal stuff at home. Maybe you had a newborn kid and maybe your wife had some medical problems after the kid was born. And so it made you be late on several occasions and they were getting ready to fire you. So you quit. I mean, that's a good reason, don't you think? That you had some personal stuff going on at home that made you late and instead of getting fired, you decided to resign. Or even if you did get fired for it, I mean, you can explain why. I stayed up late all night gaming and didn't go to bed till 5, and I was supposed to get up at 6 to go to work, but I overslept a lot. Yeah, you might have some trouble. I'm just going to be honest, right? I mean, if you can't justify what's going on in your life or why you're not able to manage your schedule, if you're due to be on the street at 4 o'clock and you oversleep, that's a problem, right? Because now you're leaving your buddies hang out to dry. So that's the stuff they're looking for and how many jobs that you've actually had and that kind of thing. So, all right, that's about all I got for you. So, hey, real quick, let me tell you about the challenge coins I got. All right, this is the part where I tell you all about GSJJ. GSJJ reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in receiving some custom-made challenge coins so that I could do a review and possibly feature them on one of my videos or a couple of my videos. So I said, sure, why not? Let's see what we got. So I worked with GSJJ. I sent them some pictures. I sent them some ideas for some challenge coins. They reached back. We went back and forth a few times, exchanging ideas. Any delays in the process, quite honestly, were up to me. So I finally reached back out to GSJJ with a final proof approval. They sent me a proof of what the front, and what the back was going to end up looking like. And I'll get you some better pictures without the glare, right? So I sent them these pictures and they reached back out with the proofs. I approved them and then they made them and shipped them out. So the shipping took about 2 weeks, I guess, for me to get from the time of final approval for the order, 2 to 3 weeks, somewhere like that. And they actually came out really well. They've got a nice, good weight to them. The paint job is incredible. The badge, I'm going to try to get you a couple of really good pictures with this, but I mean, it's in great detail. So it's a Pentagon police badge. And if you really look at it, each little part is carved out just like the real Pentagon police badge is. So it's engraved, the color is perfect. I mean, they did an outstanding job. So not only am I doing this real quick review for them, which, I mean, the only compensation I got is they sent me 10 of these free coins, which I will be giving away some of them when I hit 3,000 subscribers. But other than that, nothing. They did offer me an affiliate link, which I put a link to down below. That's kind of not really what this is about. They asked me to do a review on it, and I have to say the craftsmanship, the paint, everything seems to be awesome. I mean, it's a good heavy-weighted challenge coin. They did a great job with the design. They came out with exactly what I ended up asking for. So I would recommend GSJJ. They have other options out there. Not only do they make challenge coins, they make t-shirts, stickers, lapel pins, all kinds of good stuff. So, hey, go check them out, gs-jj.com, or you can check out the link down below that has my affiliate. So anything you order, get a small piece, but whatever. All right, so go check them out, gsjj.com. All right, there we go. So that's it, GSJJ. Check out the link down below, just like the other little segment of the video just said. I'm getting used to this, inserting this part, so if it doesn't go right, sorry. All right, so here we go. Yeah, so that's it, multiple jobs. It's okay, just make sure you can explain it. So as always, make sure you are safe out there.